When I first moved here, the reviews and the people that told me that Romania was a shitty place had me thinking that I was coming to one of the worst countries ever, but they couldn't have been further from the fucking truth. This place is amazing. My wife is beautiful. The people here treat me like I'm somebody. Anyway, I just want to talk to y'all about my 1 year experience being married to a Romanian woman. Now, when I first came to Romania, I had no I didn't want to date anybody. I didn't want to be with anybody. I wanted to be alone. I was fine with that. I just wanted to hang out, party, play basketball, make my money, and just enjoy life. And I had accepted the fact that I might be alone for a while because my lifestyle didn't really call for a long-term relationship. My career, at least. 1 year contracts, temptation everywhere. I had a hard time trusting women. I wasn't a bitter man towards women, but it was more so that I had just kind of given up on meeting somebody for something serious and being committed. And that's what I did when I first got here. I just hung out. City was full of beautiful women. I focused on basketball. I was having a great season. And out of nowhere, I meet my wife. Now, I meet my wife through one of her friends. One of her friends sees me, thinks that my wife might like me, asks me for my information. I'm thinking that the friend likes me, passes my information on to my wife. Next thing you know, me and my wife are dating. And some of the things that attracted me to my wife early on, I'll give an example, right? So this me and my wife laugh about it now, but at the time it wasn't a test, but it was a test, right? It's not nice to test people, but I just wanted to see like. So anyway, we go to the supermarket. We want to drink some wine together, and I buy some bottom of the shelf wine, right? Cheap, maybe $5-6. I don't know, something like that, right? And I can see her look out the corner of her eye like he's getting that, but she didn't say nothing, right? And I see her looking, but she don't say nothing. So we go back, we open the bottle of wine. She drinks it, she sips it, but she's not really drinking it. But the fact that she didn't turn her nose up and say, "Oh, I ain't drinking that. I'm too good for that," was such a turn on and a green flag. It made me take her way more serious. Like, okay, I like this woman. I like a woman like that. This is a woman, you know. She showed me respect in that manner. Now, later on, she let me know, hey, don't ever buy that wine from me again, you know. But she got some points from me for that. Another thing that really attracted me to my wife early on was the way that we would text. Now, if anyone is watching this that is in the dating scene, there are people play a lot of games, right? A lot of people ghost you or just don't text you back right away because they want to hold some leverage. They want to make you sweat. They want to be mysterious. And that was never the case between me and my wife. It was always, I want you, you want me. I'm going to give you I'm going to give you attention. You're going to give me attention. And we've been like that since day one. And that was something that I really appreciated. It was very mature by both of us. We didn't play any games. We knew that we liked each other. We didn't really take each other for granted. And that was a plus. Now, when it came to her and her family, the respect that she showed her father was another thing that I was really like, okay, I'm going to take you serious. And the respect she showed him, she showed me. So that was like an inclination that let me know that this woman will show me respect even when I'm not around, because she made sure to show her father respect even when he wasn't looking. And being married, anyone that's married, I'm sure that you can attest to this, but being married brings out insecurities that you didn't even know you had. And being with a person that you really love and you really want to grow with will really do that to you. Now, when I say it wasn't easy, it wasn't. We had our arguments, typical husband and wife type of things. Now, when it came to certain things that would annoy each other and we didn't like that the other one did. For example, I'll use it for example. When we first met, I didn't really take good care of how I dressed. I would only go buy new clothes or do something nice for myself when it was time to go out. But on a daily basis, I didn't care. I was an athlete, basketball player. I had been that way my whole life. Sweatpants, flip flops. I was cool with that. Now, when I met my wife, Romanian people like that, they like to look nice all the time, no matter where they're going. And my wife really wanted to change that on me. She wanted me to buy new clothes, dress nicer, especially when we were going anywhere, when I was going anywhere, even to practice. And when she first started getting on me about it, like, you wearing that? I took offense to it. Like, what you mean? And it was coming from a place of love, right? And at first, I didn't really take it that way. I took it as she didn't like me. But what she did, she went out and bought me some new clothes and said, "Hey, try these on. I think you'll like them. Just try it." And once I tried, I was like, "Damn, this is nice." She taught me how to not have such a scarcity mindset. And my wife comes from a pretty well-off family. They did well for themselves in the past. So she never lacked anything. She has such an abundant mindset. She thinks in an abundance of everything. She thinks she can get everything some way or another. I'm going to get it. Where I'm the complete opposite. I come from a mindset of scarcity. Like I want to hold on to things. For example, some old sweatpants with holes in them. We have a very funny story about that. I had some sweatpants that I wore out with her one time that had holes in them. In my head, I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck. They just sweatpants, bro. I ain't tripping. And she was like, "Why are you keeping those pants? They got holes in them. Like, go buy some new ones." And something that we both learned from each other was I learned to live my life and that I can get more and that I'm never lacking. Like, more is out there. And she learned that it is okay to save and slow down a little bit, that you don't need to use all that you have until you're on zero. And we really learned a lot from each other, and we give each other great balance when it comes to that aspect. Something else I learned from her was how to be a much better business owner. Like, this chick is running her Pilates studio flawlessly. Like, she went from mat Pilates to having a home studio to having her own studio. And I'm pretty sure one day she's going to have another studio. But I think it works because we have the basic mutual respect for each other. Like, we don't ever put each other, or we never put ourselves in situations where the other one could feel disrespected. And we know how the other one, or if the other one will feel disrespected, because we talk and we let each other know, like, "Nah, I'm not comfortable with that right now," or "Nah, I don't like it when you do that." Or we also let the small things go. Like, if I'm walking in the house and I forget to take my shoes off and she says, "Hey, can you take your shoes off?" I don't get upset. I just take them off. Like, all right, cool, no big of a deal. It's not that big of a deal. If she was to leave the milk out, I wouldn't go to her and say, "Why'd you leave the milk out?" No, I'm just going to put the milk up. And some things just aren't worth an argument or drama. Like, and that's something that I've learned from being married to her, is just like, it's not really worth it. Like, why are we arguing? We rarely argue. In the beginning we argued some, but now we rarely argue, because why? Is it really that deep? I really don't think so. And I also think it works. Like, something about my wife that's really cool, that's never happened before, is every day since I've been with her, when we woke up together, my wife is smiling at me. Like, "Good morning, hey." And I'm like, "Bro, you good? Like, why you always smiling when you see me?" Like, the feeling that I get as a man when I see my wife smiling at me lets me know that she likes me. And her liking me makes me want to run through a brick wall for her. It makes me want to do anything for her. The fact that my wife wants to build with me and do everything together, and she says we can do it together, makes me want to give her the world. The fact that my wife never comes to me and says, "You should be doing this. My ring should have been this much," or "You should take me on this trip," or "We should be flying this way." It makes me want to do more for her. And I think it makes me want to do more for her because I know that she appreciates me, you know? In this past year, my wife and I have lived a great life. We've faced everything, a marriage, getting married, a wedding, death, tragedy. We've traveled, honeymoon. We had to go to the States. We've been to Bali. We got engaged in Italy. And most people would say it's like a fairy tale and a dream come true. And some days I really feel that way. And I look at her like, "Yeah, I'm really glad I met you. You have made my life so much better." And this past year, being married has been amazing. We've been together for 2 years. And now we're expecting a baby girl, Aria. And I can't be more excited. And also, I want to speak about her parents and how they treat me like I'm a son. Now, me and her mother, we probably have a close relationship than me and her father, because her dad doesn't speak English and I don't speak Romanian, not yet at least. And they treat me like a son, man. Really. They never judged me for being black. They didn't judge her for bringing home a black man. They love me like my parents love me. And that's something that I really feel welcome here. That's why it's another reason why I don't want to leave, because I finally feel at home. God knew what he was doing when he gave me my wife and her family, because he knew that he was going to take my mom, and now I have a new mom, a second dad, and a wife to lean on. And now that I'm married, being married has honestly changed the trajectory of my life. Marrying the right partner did that. And I know it's a lot of red pill talk telling guys not to get married. It's a scam, whatever it may be. To each his own. If you meet somebody that you really feel like you can grow and develop something with, I honestly say go with it, because I have somebody that I can rely on, that I can lean on, that I don't feel like I'm going through life alone anymore. And I like it. I absolutely love it. Now I want to close with this. Happy anniversary, babe. It's been a great year. I love you to death. I can't wait to meet Arya. I hope you enjoy this video. And for anybody that is considering to move or come to Romania, especially Bucharest, I highly recommend. 10 of 10 experience. I would do it again and again, over and over. I love it here. This is my home. It's not full of gypsies. This is one of the safest countries in Europe, and I love it here. La Rivedere.